I had Aaron Matei on the show, and I love that he's calling them now the middle-aged McCarthyites. It's my favorite.
Yeah. How big of a douchebag do you have to be to piss that guy off that much? He is like, I mean, Aaron is like and I mean this as a compliment. He's like the nicest dude. Yeah. He's like, I swear to God, man, he's the type of guy, if we were all hanging out and one of us accidentally stepped on his foot, he'd apologize to us. Like he's just that type of guy. He's like the nicest dude.
The nicest guy in the world.
I mean, he never backs down when it comes to policy. When it comes to issues, he's very, like, that guy will always stand his ground. He's a good reporter. He knows what he stands for. He does good work. But when it comes to like personal stuff, he is the most just diplomatic, nice dude. And to make that guy take his gloves off,
I know.
Like, how big of a dick do you have to be?
And that guy, even when you try to compliment him on being an amazing reporter, he downplays, no, I'm not, or I was late to the party with Syria. It's like, yeah, you're still doing great work, Aaron. He doesn't want to hear.
You went over there.
Yeah,
that's
you went
most
there.
People in the West don't do. You freaking went there.
So it's just like, yeah, he's for that guy to get that pissed off, it's. And not letting
it's an art form almost.
Yeah.
Like it's really like a craft. Like you are your own Kaufman in your own right. Like I managed to piss Aaron Matei off that bad. I managed to do that. Like we didn't even know it was humanly possible, but I pulled it off one ridiculous fucking tweet at a time.
I mean, and one dumb segment, liar pack segment. It's insane. But I think in the end run, it might be a good thing because it feels like people are really waking up to what TYT really is, which is just online MSNBC now. I mean, complete with the smears and the Russiagating and just the bold-faced lying, And then, I got to be honest with you, seeing all these old clips of them doing this offensive stuff, like, well, there's, we can't put up a picture of Britney's coochie, but join our membership and you can.
That. And that was after they scrubbed for his campaign. Yeah. That was after they scrubbed so he could run for office. I mean, dude, I honestly, I had no idea. I didn't really know what TYT was until like 2016 when I started really paying attention to politics. And then when Jimmy had me on Aggressive Progressive starting in 2017, it was the year I started doing my show, I was like, oh, this place is awesome. This place is great. I had no idea they were doing bullshit like that. I mean, that's like bad morning radio. It's just Howard Stern level stuff. Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of, I guess that's how it started, or that's what Cenk wanted to be at one point, and then he decided he wanted to be a media mogul or whatever you call like what it is now. And yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, it's one of those things where, why is it always the people in their crosshairs are journalists who are going to places? Why it's Aaron Matei and it's Ron Placone, and it's just like, so your problem is with journalists who go to places. Okay, if you have a problem with what they're telling you when they go to places, here's an idea. Fucking go to places.
Send some people. I mean, like,
send some people. You got the resources for it. We all know you got the resources. Send people. Instead of having meltdowns over journalists who, while you're having a meltdown about them in an air-conditioned studio, they're in frickin' Syria. Great look. Right. Instead of go over there yourself. Correct the record.
Yeah. Prove it.
Yeah, prove it.
Like, if Aaron Matei is funded by Russia, prove it. Do you have evidence of this? I'd love to see it. Oh, you don't. It's like, they've stood for nothing, man. Like, if I had a network that big with if I had 5.1 million subscribers, Ron, I would have, like, I look at what Status Quo's doing and I'm like, God, that's what I wish I had a big enough operation to do that. Like, I'd love to send camera crews out. I mean, he was just interviewing at some Amazon store. I would love people out there. I'd love people covering these fires that are happening on the West Coast. I would want people to cover labor movements. And if I had 5 million subscribers, I would be organizing movements. That's the other thing too. And Anna's like, we're about movements here, not anger and Jimmy Dore's blah, blah, blah. What movement has TYT gotten behind? Name one. Where are all the signatures that they got? Where are all the phone calls that they got this bill passed because TYT?
Well, don't you remember that one time when a bunch of us were all at the same protest and everyone at TYT was tweeting about football that day?
Yes.
Don't you remember that? I mean, I remember that. There was me, you, Abby Martin, Mike Preisner, Jimmy Dore, and there was no one from TYT there.
It was an anti-Iran war protest, right?
Yes.
It was like, yeah.
Yes, and we were all there. People, Tina from Status Quo was there. Convo Couch was there. I mean, I'm probably going to forget some people, and I apologize, but a lot of folks were there. No one from TYT was there, and they were all tweeting about football that day. Which, hey, you want to enjoy the game, that's totally fine, but, you know, you could have DVR'd it. I DVR'd many a hockey games when there's more important things going on.
Okay. You can't send one camera crew, one camera op, or just one person with an iPhone who just holds up their iPhone and says, "Hi, I'm here with TYT." Like, that's how I did my interviews. I would just hold up the iPhone and then go and say, "Hi, I'm here with," and just get a couple of clips about this anti-war protest. No one. I remember that day. I remember that distinctly. That was January of 2020. I think it was like we were all out there and we saw everybody and it was like, man, we're really getting shit done. And Jimmy spoke and it was like, this is big, man. You know, I remember like wearing my WikiLeaks shirt and, you know, it was like, we're all out there. We're all out there. Like we're not going to invade Iran. And where was TYT? Maybe they were having lunch with Madeleine Albright. I don't know. Maybe what were they doing? You know what I mean?
Well,
it's like,
yeah. I mean, yeah. It really is one of those things. It is just mainstream operation, and you know, one of the other things that at the time never really, like, it didn't really hit me at the time, but now, like, when I look back on it, I realize how ridiculous it is. When Pussy Riot came to LA. It was Nadia from Pussy Riot, and I might be mispronouncing the proper pronunciation of her name, but it was Nadia from Pussy Riot, and they sent a big thing out to everyone. They wanted people to interview Pussy Riot in Highland Park, and the only people who expressed interest at all were me and Jimmy. Nobody else wanted, and that. You know, now that I look back on it, I'm just like, that's so interesting because it's like, this is a network that was really Russia. Here is somebody with a real gripe with Vladimir Putin.
Legitimate gripe.
A legit gripe. I mean, they were, you know, the way they were treated was absolutely ridiculous and, you know, drew international attention. And you can't bother sending someone to Highland Park to talk to this person. You'll regurgitate what MSNBC says about Reds under their bed for 2 hours a night. But here's a real story. And you can't send anybody to talk to this woman who has been through an awful lot. I mean, so Jimmy, Steph, and myself, we went. And I remember I was kind of nervous to meet her, and I was such a goofball. You can still find it on my Instagram. There's a picture of the two of us, and I was just so like kind of nervous to be in her presence. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just looking off at something. I don't know what, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, Jimmy was the only one who expressed interest in interviewing her.
God, unreal. Yeah. Well, let's go over to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you for supporting the show. Annabelle Corley, karaoke request, Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars, Girls Gotta Dance in Lockdown. You got it. You got it. Kate, our moderator, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Kate, Cenk Unger and Anna Kasparian have both earned demerit badges for A, tear down a fellow journalist, cough, cough, to make a Canadian angry, to piss away viewing audience, sell a bomber jacket for supposed anti-war outlet. Yep. That's bad. Well, let's all right, let me do this. Speaking of the environment, I want to get into this.
Anyway, the main point is we can't come to Canada until 2022. That's the main bullet point. To bring it full circle, how all this got started. Canada, 2022.
Absolutely. Canada, 2022. All right. Hey, everybody. It's Graham Elwood. We are going on the road, Ron Placone and I, in September and October. Check grahamelwood.com for tour dates. Probably coming to a city near you. A lot of these shows have sold out in the past. We haven't been on the road in a year and a half because of the pandemic. Come out and join us. The post-pandemic comedy tour. Go to grahamelwood.com for tickets. New cities being announced every day. Join us and support what we do at patreon.com/GrahamElwood and rockfin.com/GrahamElwood. Blockchain cryptocurrency platform. Thank you. You're making Gotham great again. Boom.